on the
Oh,
way.
is that it right there, man?
Yeah.
Is that your poles?
No, them aren't my poles. Hey, man. Happy trails, boy. How are you?
We'll see ya.
All right, man. Hey, man. Thank you.
All right. See you in about an hour and a half.
I'll see you in about 20 miles.
That's
All
funny.
right, everybody happy? Yeah.
Polar plunge always seems to be off to some fire all the time. I'm not on my way to put out any fires, and I'm not out here to just blaze through these trails. I want to stop and see the little brooks and the streams and the gullies and the mountains. I don't want to just run down the trail or run up the trail just to run up there without truly experiencing what I'm doing. So I kind of had to fall back from those guys. They're sweating, they're red in the face, they're panting, you can't breathe when they get to the top of the hills. And I've developed a little formula for myself, baby steps up the hill. I don't lose breath. And I've built my endurance to a point where I can get to the top of the mountain without feeling like my lung is going to collapse and without my face being beet red. And I'm really in no hurry, so now I'm alone. After we just saw 3 bears yesterday. So those of you closest to me know how I feel about that. And I do have a guy behind me about, I don't know, 1/8 of a mile. Sometimes on the bends, if I turn around, I can see him. So I'm not completely alone. But I can't see just getting up in the morning, throwing my pack on and walking just for the sake of walking. I want to see things. I want to remember things. I want to take pictures. I want to take video. It's very hot today. It's probably like 90. In 2 days, it's going down to 20. I'm curious to see if any of the rattlers come out today to get a sun. But if they know that it's going to be 20 degrees in a couple of days, they're probably not going anywhere. So I'm descending this mountain. Started at Dix Creek Gap. Headed to wherever. This is going to be a short day because we had to make a town stop in Hiawassee. We loaded up on, well, those guys loaded up on groceries. I got sushi. I got sushi and some pepperoni. So I'm good. And gonna make my way down this mountain and catch up with you down the trail a little bit and see if there's anything neat to see. This is like a really pretty part of trail coming up. It's like It's old growth forest coming up, and it's very low lying. Looks really pretty. All right. Oh, it's a cool rock. But I'm sure those guys didn't see that rock. I can't imagine that they saw any trees. They're all the way up on the other mountain already. All right, whatever. I don't have a fire. I'm taking a walk in the woods. I'm starting to get chilly now because I have a tank top on. The sun's going down. I wanted to stop down at Cowart Gap near the water source. It was a beautiful little place, and they insisted on pressing ahead that there'll be a camping spot ahead. And there's been nothing, so it's nothing but sheer cliff there and trail and hill. So I tried to tell them that there was nothing, but they wanted to go ahead. So, but they're fast. They're way faster than me, so they'll be fine. Now I just have to figure out what I'm doing with myself. I'm not even sure what time it is. I know it's getting late. I can tell by how long the shadows are on my legs that it's getting later. So I'm gonna hang up this fin, well, get off this fin and try to make my way down to the shelter where there will be lots of people, hopefully, and maybe make some decisions tomorrow about what I'm gonna do. I called Chrissy today crying because I was homesick. So, but I just almost fell because I'm only using one hand with my poles. So I'm gonna get off and make my way down this weird little mountain. All right. Okay, so I knew it would happen eventually. My hiking partners hiked on ahead of me because I'm too slow. I'm trying to make this video without crying. Yeah, the one dude, they're both very, very nice men. The one dude, for some reason, is like in some kind of fucking race. Like, I don't know what the deal is. Like, it's like, wake up, get dressed, put the pack on, head up the mountain, hurry up, I gotta get there. I'm not stopping to look at anything. I'm finding that all I'm doing is fucking chasing them up mountains to keep up with them. And I have decided that fuck that. I'd rather just fucking hike alone and deal with weirdos and bears by myself rather than constantly be chasing hikers that are faster than me. Although I do need to find some place to sleep because the sun is going down. You can see how tall my shadow is. So it's 0.7 to the shelter. Those guys don't like going to shelters, so I don't know where they're going, but they disappeared. And it's been a couple of hours, so I am at Plum Orchard Shelter. I'm blowing up the second sleeping pad, and I am going to sleep in the shelter tonight, which I haven't done that in a while. I've been putting up my tent, but I'm tired. I'm slightly confused about what I'm doing out here. So we blow air into the bag and we roll the bag down. it blows up the pad. Brings up my Thermarest. That way I don't have to blow into it. It's not good to blow into it anyway because the air in your lungs is moist, and if you blow that moist air into your sleeping pad, it tends to become a breeding ground for bacteria. So just going to softly blow into this airbag, which blows up this very comfy sleeping pad. And then for the last kind of couple of puffs, I sometimes will blow it up with my mouth. It's getting there. And then I'll sometimes just try to close it with this thing in there so I don't lose any air. Which isn't going to work, but screw that closed, and my sleeping pad is blown up. I can set that aside, and I got my Nemo switchback. Put that down first. That R value is 4, and then this one, or no, this R value is 2, and then this one is like 4.5 or something. So show you what the shelter looks like here in a minute. I might be in the shelter all by myself tonight. Put my pad down. And then I'll go ahead and put my sleeping bag and my sleeping bag liner. Oh, that's cozy and comfy. So, shelters sometimes tend to be overrun with mice. I don't see any mouse poop. I'm gonna look in the shelter log where people write things like messages, and they can write that they've been here. I'm gonna look in the shelter log to see if anyone reported any mice. I think I'd rather just deal with the mice than put up the tent. I do like sleeping in the tent. I'm getting used to it now as a regular thing out in the wild, because this is pretty wild. I wish that I had videotaped my blue blaze down into Plum Orchard Shelter, because it was actually really pretty, and the water source was really cool. It was a pipe spring, but the whole little spring was really cool. So let me give you guys a little tour. There is like 2 ladders, and one goes up to this little second floor, and then this taller ladder goes up to that 3rd floor, which I would love to sleep up there because I know that a bear won't get me up there. Well, it could, but the odds are a lot less. But coming down these straight up and down ladders is not a good thing for me. It's like flush. If it came out a little bit, then that would be a little bit better for me, but they're flush with the wall, and I was thinking about maybe doing this one and going on to the 2nd floor. But I don't think I want to do that. I still have some daylight to decide. And then the shelter has a nice stone floor with a picnic bench. And then we have all these little posts where you can hang your trekking poles. Got my trekking poles there. And I'll hang my bag there after I get my food out. We have a bear box at this site, so that makes me happy. Let me come on down onto the picnic bench, climb down onto the cement, and we just have like a little map. And then we have a little sign. Do not hang your food bags. Bears have gotten smarter and have learned that they can shake food bags off of bear cables. They can chew through the paracord and get to your food. Keep the lid closed and latched on the bear box. And do not leave trail magic or food for future hikers. Do not leave trash in the food storage boxes. And then we have a hiker safety guideline. And then this is really cool. This sign up here says that this shelter was made possible through a partnership that involved the U.S. Forest Service, the Georgia AT Club, Upper Loft Design Incorporated, and the Army 5th Ranger Training Battalion. In 1992, they used a helicopter to put this shelter down. I'm going to hop on outside the shelter. Nice little step. Sun's still going down. It's pretty here. There's a tent over there. There's a guy over there setting up a tent by the bear box. And there's another tent over there, and the privy's down there. And that's 7 of right? Slept at Plum Orchard Shelter last night and headed up out of the shelter. It was like 0.4 down into the shelter. It's 7:30 in the morning. Gonna cross this little plank. Gotta climb up out of this little gap where the shelter was. And today I make it to North Carolina, which means I will have hiked all of the mountains up and down on the AT in Georgia. I want to show you our little water source here because it's really kind of cool. So they came in and set up like a little pipe to make water collection a little easier. Got a little river crossing, well, not a river crossing. I always liked the way the dancing hiker would always say, river crossing. But, yeah, just gonna hop across some rocks, get up there, and then get way up there. It's a couple ups and downs, and I think it's gonna be a good day. We'll see. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I am down here at Blue Ridge Gap. It's a pretty rugged dirt road. And I just came down off of that mountain. The other part of it's on the other side. You can't see it. And they have this really cool bench here. And when they say sign the hiker log, usually they mean the copybook. But this is like literal. Sign the log. We got 7:04. Pink. 2022. I don't know if that was his name last year. We got Jimmy. We got Dan, Tyson, Gupta, Wolfpack, David and Patricia, Kids Out Wild, the Bennett family. That's pretty cool. So many people have signed the log. Bodie, Riley, Jewel. Shout out to Brad. It's really cool. At any rate, let me see. Team Pickles. There is no one on here that I know. Rodeo. Brandy and Potato. Anyway. So I could. It's supposed to get down to 20 degrees. And while I'm here at this road, I could walk down to the hostel because I'm not really beat for sleeping in 20-degree weather if I don't have to. You know, I came to the conclusion the other day that I'm out here to enjoy myself, get my head straight. I'm out here to empower myself, conquer certain fears that I have. I'm not out here to torture myself. And I just feel like some of these people are really just torturing themselves. I don't know, but I think I just spotted a bear. I can't be sure. Not too happy about that. Because I'm completely by myself. Now that could be a black hole in a rock with a leaf in front of it. Or it could be a bear. So let me get off here and figure out what I'm doing. So I'm standing at Blue Mountain Gap. And I want you guys to hear something. Nothing. No people. No noises. It's overcast. It's blue over there, but it's getting overcast over here. And it is super dead silent. So I am waiting for a shuttle driver back into Hiawassee because I'm really struggling with my knees. I'm struggling with the isolation and the silence, and I've decided why am I torturing myself? This has been an amazing 2 weeks, but I'm going to head down into Hiawassee. It's going down to 20 degrees in the mountains, so that to me, yeah, I could do it. I have all the equipment. I have the 2 sleep pads. I have the liner. I have the sleeping bag. I have the merino wool. I sweat at night with all the stuff I have. And I could do it. But at this point, I just feel like it's kind of torture for me. Like, it's hard. I could never be a pioneer woman because this is rough. This is really rough. This is the direction from which the northbound people will be coming, down straight across the road and then up those little log step things up to the trail. But I'm kind of running out of steam and missing my kids and my mom. So, yeah, I'm going to go down. I'm going to get a room. And I'm going to figure out, hitch a ride to Amtrak or Greyhound or something. And I'm going to come home. And I am good with that decision. I miss my friends. I miss April, Denise, and Chrissy. I miss Tyler and Ariana. I miss my mom and my sister. Apparently, I have a flat tire on my car sitting in front of my house. So now I have to deal with that, which seems like nothing compared to what I've been doing out here. And I'm going to kind of do like a little recap of the last 2 weeks when I get home, because I don't think I really fully have shown you guys just how rough this can be. You know, I grew up in Philly. I will take you to the baddest neighborhood in Kensington where people are shooting up right there on the street, and I will feed the people. I will wrap their wounds from abscesses. I will bring them clothing, and I will deal with the badass drug dealers all around me, but I don't know. Not feeling it anymore. And making this decision is not defeat to me, it's empowerment, because I'm making the decision that is best for me. I miss home, and I'm gonna sit here and wait for Jason. He is currently hiking up to Unicoi. I could actually hear his trekking poles as he was talking to me. And when he's finished his hike, he's going to come get me, take me down into Hiawassee. I am going to take a long bath. I have not had clean fingernails in days. My fingernails are filthy. I had them clean yesterday, and then just between yesterday and today, that happened because of just all the climbing and the climbing down and climbing up and grabbing onto trees and rocks and dirt, and just everything is covered in dirt and dust, and I stink no matter how many times I wash my clothes. When I stop at towns, they stink. I still stink. And from what I understand, according to my friendly neighborhood bartender in North Wildwood, Goonan, Drew Scanlon is keeping my bar stool warm. Not that I'm going to go flying out to the Firehouse Tavern or anything, but I want to see my girlfriends. I want to see my kids. Tyler's having an amazing time in El Salvador. And yeah, I'm just ready. I'm ready. So I'm going to get off trail. I'm coming back on trail. This is not like the end. This is me coming home, taking a break, figuring out the next step. what I really want to do is try to find someone someone I know that is not afraid of the dark or bears or weird people.